Being a father is like time traveling to the past and redoing childhood. And consciously done, it can be different than trying to relive my childhood and recreate it through my child's eyes. Why I say that is I've just been pondering and being asked the question, where would I go back to in time? What would I say to myself? And I realize I'm actually doing that right now with my own son. He's 4.5 years old, and we are empowering him to actually make choices, to have the ability to have feelings, to be upset, to negotiate, to be excited. And going back to my own life, I thought I didn't have choices. I thought I couldn't negotiate. I thought I couldn't be with things. And so I kept going with life. And I don't know where that exactly changed. Apparently, I grew up brilliant. I grew up really smart, and I was mischievous and all those things. So maybe I had that spark. I just forgotten it over the years. And now being the father, I can see how challenging that can be. Being with someone who's actually independently thinking, independently wanting, independently feeling, and encouraging that. And then noticing when I myself right now squash that or feel like I'm squashing that, and how that feels to me as a father. And then just imagining the generational legacies, because I'm the living legacy of all the generations before me. I can imagine their role as father. They may have felt some of this before. And if I go back and if I actually take a look at time, and time not being a absolute, but it's a relative, it's fluid. We're actually traveling backwards and forwards all the time. It's not cause and effect. It's all things, all times, all at once. And I'm being with all this, and this is going to be a little bit longer because I'm noodling with these things. I'm noodling with this idea of actually being able to feel, being able to negotiate, being able to express, and trusting the expression. And my story right now, actually it's not right now, it's an older story still, is that if I had had these choices, I would have done things differently in my life. I wouldn't have gone through all these years of becoming a medical doctor, of suffering, of feeling lonely and alone. And part of me keeps remembering everything was perfect, because it's partly because having the medical doctor, I can actually hold something up and say, hey, this is who I am. And people can recognize it so quickly. And as I watch my son, and as he develops himself, as he has such a voice, such a presence, and such a shyness, I see those best parts of myself in there. And I encourage those best parts of myself, and I rediscover those parts of myself that I've long forgotten. So I imagine having a child in a conscious way. And when I say conscious, we're all on the spectrum of consciousness. I'm getting more and more conscious every day that I'm with him. Is actually time traveling back to my past, not to try to create an outward scenario where he gets to relive it, rather create the environment where he feels safe enough, where he knows that I'm on his team ultimately, even when I'm in my own stuff, even when I'm imperfect, because I'm imperfect. And I love the language, imperfect, I'm perfect, I'm imperfect. So as I play with this, and this is a question posed to me by my dear friend TK, like, where would I go back in the past? I would definitely go back into the earliest phases to be with all that. And the last thing I'll say is, in a meditation very early on, my son's energy came to me and he reminded me, Dad, I always have a choice. Everything's a story. I feel to heal, and the only constant is change. So it means you always have a choice. Everything you think is just a story. You feel to heal, and the only constant is change. And with that, I realize everything is possible. A lot of love. Ciao for now.